Hello, everyone. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. Made some really good trades as per usual. And the SPY actually ended up a little bit down on the day here, down only 15 basis points. It's been a kind of a lackluster week, not too much going on. None of these big green, weekly candles. A very small one this week. It eked out a small gain, right, of about 40 basis points. I actually thought it was going to be more than that. But I guess maybe from the previous close, you'd be up 16 basis points. So not a big week for the market here. Um, the Qs actually ended up still green on the week. However, down on the day, 56 basis points. It opened a little bit higher, but ended up closing lower. Again, some people are still debating if the gap fill really filled because there's two technical gap fills. It's really up to traders' interpretation. I do like when it fills the gap at the body, which means you could still technically have some upside left if you were to do that. All right, another 2% back up, and then there's the gap fill to the wick, which we actually had quite a strong reaction to. Right, we kind of filled the gap and then sold off all the way back down. I say all the way back down, but we just sold off like 1.5%. So it kind of it's up to you guys on what you want to do and how you're going to trade this. I did make a trade on this. We shorted like right here. We closed a little bit down, like 50 basis points. Took some profits on the trade. And then we saw the VIX spike at the close, right? What was that about? Big spike in the VIX right near the end of the day. Everything started selling off, and really, when we spike up this much, on the closes on Friday, usually at the open, we have a pretty high chance of the VIX coming back down and getting the markets to actually rally up. So next week, at the beginning of the week, we may see a rally continue, and at the same time, when you take a look at let me see here. I was taking a look at, I forget what it was, USD JPY. Was it? Yeah, I think that's what it was looking at. You actually had a really big pullback here. So either this is setting up for a 1-2 for a significant upside coming in a wave 3 of this C leg to finish up this X wave, or you're going to be in a lot of trouble and start breaking back down, and then the markets would start to break back down as well. If the reverse carry trade continues and you see this make lower lows again, I would assume this is going to put more pressure on the markets. But we've seen some upside, so we kind of seen the pressure alleviate from the market as it continues to kind of just float up, right? Oil pulling back up here. Now we're gonna see if oil actually ends up playing out in a bigger corrective move, which I would like to see if it could do something like this. Given the size of the move we've gotten, the entire way down, I would like to see a bigger correction higher in a wave 4. So maybe something like this would be nice, and then you could pull back later on for a lower low. So oil could still be set up for this. It truncated my initial target, but just looking at it now, you kind of finish with some bearish divergence. So it kind of looks like an A wave. Now you finish this B wave, no divergence, so it could be the low could be in, and oil is going to take off next week. It's probably come back up to 75, 76, 74, something like that. Retest this upsloping trend line, and then come back down again. Gold started pulling back, silver started pulling back. DXY is like the DXY is trying to bottom. Let me just take a look at the UUP very quickly. I believe the UUP is the Invesco of the US Bullish Fund Index. So let's see, are we seeing smart money accumulating at the lows here? Okay, I wouldn't say that they're accumulating at the lows, but they did start buying in August. They haven't really done much since then. It's just been chopping sideways, really. Let's see on the smaller time frames. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much buying right now, actually. So maybe the dollar is still going to get some more downside until further notice, but we'll have to see. We'll just play this one by ear. Let's take a look at some individual names too. I do want to cover some individual names. So I'll just just finish up really quickly. So I think where the markets are still in this topping phase, it's just going to be very choppy and very volatile. So there's possibility that we get a major pullback and there's also a possibility that we continue to surge up. And for the people who keep saying, "Oh, it's either one, so it's useless information. You don't know where it's going. Oh, it's not a guarantee." Like, I don't know, so I'm not gonna tell you that what I think it's gonna do, right? Because there's no point in me telling you that, and then or we're completely wrong, right? Or I'm completely right. So I'm just gonna say right now, I don't know. And when I take a look at the indicators, right, they're showing a slowdown in momentum, but we can easily continue to float up, right? Because the trend is higher right now. And when you fight the trend, it usually doesn't go your way, right? Yeah, you could get a small dip, 1-2%, and then the trend continues, and that's it. And then there's a lot of people out there who keep calling for the crash at any moment. It was here, and then it was here, and it was here, right? We caught some shorts for sure, but I don't think the big crash that everyone's thinking is going to happen at any moment. No. I'm expecting probably big pullback before elections, right? Market's going to de-risk Kamala, Trump, all that nonsense. Everyone's going to get out probably, and then you'll see maybe a major pullback. 45-minute cycle continues to kind of churn here, and really, I if you guys want to know what I'm doing, you could just join the Discord, right? Instead of just coming here and complaining in the comments, right? It's useless to do that. But anyways, let me get back onto the individual names. I'll see here. Let's take a look at Apple. Okay. Apple actually it could be in this bigger corrective move, but again, I want to wait to see where the markets are going to go. In reality, we actually have Meta, a bit of a leading indicator for more upside. We've been kind of getting it, but I would need a wave 4 pullback here for Meta, and then ultimately a final extended fifth wave, most likely, given where the Nasdaq is, or maybe even a very small fifth wave. And then after that, it's all she wrote. Tesla eked out another 2.5% gain today. Again, I am not in a short position in Tesla. Just because it's in the sell area doesn't mean I automatically entered the short. I told you guys I'm not in a short position. Don't send me emails saying that you're in a short position now and you don't know what to do. Again, I haven't entered it, and I haven't posted any signals in my Discord saying that I'm shorting Tesla. Full blow, right? We're in the sell areas, and I said that sometimes when we enter it, we can reverse right on the dot of the sell area, and sometimes you go in, you chop around, like NVDA, you went in, you chop around, and then you reverse down. Right now, NVIDIA got a nice bounce up, counter trend rally. Could it continue on? Yeah, it could. It could continue on. It does look like it's coming to an end though, right? A little bit of a three-wave move up. Could be possibly finished on Friday too. Right, you're actually down 2.13%, and you could be getting ready for a pullback down into this buy area. I would definitely like to buy Nvidia if we were to pull back this heavily and this deep. The SMH though is showing a different story. The SMH is still bullish. It's showing more upside, so that it kind of gives different analysis to what are actually opposite analysis to what I'm saying on NVIDIA. And then you got AMD, which also is showing higher prices up to 172 to 185. And this is the sell area. I expect the AMD probably hits this level when the SMH hits this level up here, which is really only like 8-9% higher. And for the SMH, it's not hard to do that. The SMH is very bullish, right? Very bullish asset class. Everyone loves to buy it. AI, and it just pumps up like crazy. SMCI eked out a little small gain today, I believe, of 5%, 4.31%. But I still think there's more downside to be had into the buy area to 328, and then it's a dip buy from there. And then we'll take a look here at Google. So Google kind of pushing higher as well and extending the B wave. Could the C leg be ended though, or sorry, could the Y leg be ended? It could. You actually had a very deep pullback here, and it erased all this divergence. So technically, you could be done, right? And you're getting ready for a bigger move higher before correcting again. But we'll have to see. Let's see how this plays out. I do like the way it ended though. It was pretty extreme. Pretty extreme pullback from these levels. And let's take a look at PayPal. I do like to cover PayPal. PayPal is pumping. It's a very bullish stock right now. It's finally getting its pullback in wave 2. So now you got a 1-2-1-2 setup, pullback. Could be a shallow dip buy, and then again rip it higher once again in wave 3, right? And continue to trend higher. All right, let's take a look at Mara because crypto is pumping right now. Bitcoin's like what, 66,000 now, 65,900. So I said Mara could have some more upside up to this level. Where do we get? We didn't get there yet. So Mara short target, very low risk, high reward kind of trade. $18.53 is your entry for a short, and if it holds, then you can play some puts all the way back down. And I mean, this would mean that the market's probably going to pull back, and Bitcoin's going to pull back too. Let's take a look at the 20-year yield. So let's take a look at TLT. So TLT actually bounced up quite nicely from this yellow line that I have here. Again, this is not really significant. It's this yellow line is just, I believe, historical support and historical resistance. So it's pretty big resistance here on the weekly time frame. Now it's kind of, I guess, holding as support, retesting it. We broke above it. Now we're just confirming this as support. So maybe we do get some upside next week. The bond yields come back down, the bonds go up, and that would mean that we're going to enter this fifth wave inside the 20-year yield. All right, DXY. My DXY is not an easy chart right now. I cannot guarantee, tell you guys with confidence where the DXY is going. I got it as a B wave right now. Could easily, still be in the 4. The 4 could also be ended, and we're getting a very truncated fifth wave that is going to refuse to hit 98. It doesn't hit 98, and it starts to reverse higher significantly, like big surge up like this, right, in the DXY. Then what you're gonna see is that maybe the yields don't get to this area either, right? And we see very big rate reversal, and they start pricing in higher inflation on whatever news is happening. But I mean, that would be just a disaster. I don't think that's the likely scenario. I think the more likely scenario is that this eventually drops back down, but I'm still open to the fact that the DXY could have a sharp pump and then a sharp drop afterwards. USDJPY, I think we talked about it earlier. It could be in a 1-2 for more higher prices, but it got a really nasty pullback on Friday here. I think it's kind of just been floating up, possibly in a corrective move for more downside. But I'm just gonna play it by ear for now. Just watch the charts and see if there's a buying opportunity for more upside. But if this continues to go down and breaks the low, then ultimately you're gonna have a problem on your hands. But let's see what happens next week. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. All right, the Dow Jones actually had a really bearish candle at the close here. We had such a big move up in the Dow Jones, and we lost essentially all those gains. It was only up 20 basis points by the end of the day. It was up almost 1.10%. Wow, so that's like a really big move, and you basically lost like 90 basis points there. So it's a lot. It's a lot to lose in one session. But yeah, I'm still very, very cautious right now. I would say I'm like 60% cash now. I did enter some positions this week. We'll see how they play out. But again, still very risk off. Not really risk on right now. And some people are like, oh no, the bull market's gonna continue. You're gonna get left behind. That's fine. Go ahead, do your thing. I heard the same stuff all over. Like everyone that keeps telling me to do things the other way, like their way. I'm wrong. I'm always wrong. I'm never right. But we continue to get things right. On this channel and on the trades that we set up. And obviously we get some wrong, right? It's not like I'm right all the time. When we do get them right, the people who say that I'm wrong all the time are never there. Ghost town, disappeared. Anyways, let's just focus on the VIX. VIX had a big surge up on Friday at the close. Could be setting up for a big drop, on Monday morning, and then Tuesday continue to rally. So maybe we see an early rally next week. Let's see just the data, what the data is going to be like on September, because on September, I believe it's a Canadian holiday, so I'm going to be off. But let's see what data we got. So Fed Jerome Powell is speaking at 1:55 p.m. on Monday. And then we got Jolt's jobs because it's a new month, October. And then on Wednesday, we got ADP. All right, so this is it's the job numbers next week. So it's going to be a big week. And then we got unemployment, ISM services, PMI. And then we also have, there we go, the non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate. All that good stuff is coming out on Friday. Oh, buddy, it's going to be an action-packed week. I can tell you already. We're going to have some nice trades set up. Anyways, if you guys want to get inside the Discord, there's a new option now. You don't have to pay monthly or whatever. You could just sign up for FTMO and send me an email with your account information that you signed up with, or just like what's your account number, right? They issued you when you signed up, and I'll let you in for free for life. Anyways, have a good day, guys. Peace.